this video. Thank you so much for choosing to spend a little bit of time with me. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the likes, shares, and subscribes. Everyone who's booking, making purchases off the website, pledges to the Patreon, sending things to the PO box, purchases off the wish list, and tipping the Clarissa. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you guys so much. So we're gonna kind of hang and let some people come in. We're gonna do a free live trauma spotting, which I will timestamp for later when that starts. And then, so that'll be in the description box. And then there's also going to be live readings for a donation. And I'll put a timestamp for that as well for those that want to return later. Hey, Flo. Hey, Shelly. How is everyone? I just fixed my hair. It kind of fell. I really try not to put it up when it's wet, but I also don't like the feeling of it like when it's wet. And it's long and there's a lot of it. Hey, Sylvia. Hey, Moving with Intentions. Yeah, if anyone wants to give donations for the trauma spotting session, that's also open. You know, not expected. Also, it's not expected for you to, you know, donate for a reading, right? I just gotta live. You know what I mean? I just gotta pay my bills. So, you know, I don't want anyone to ever feel obligated or anything like that, but I gotta show up somehow. You know what I mean? Yes, Cash App is working. The only one that's no longer available is Zelle. Thank you, Shelly. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Tanya. But yeah, we've got 8 people in here. We'll let I appreciate you. We'll let some others come in here. So I'll just make conversation. I'll talk about my ear. It's getting better. I feel like I'm getting down to where I'm like not pulling out. I just pulled out a bunch, but I feel like it's like at the end of the, you know what I mean? Like I've reached the depths of like the gunk. But I've just been taking my time with it, but it doesn't feel inflamed anymore. My hearing isn't quite back, but I've been using these eardrops, which are also like antibiotic or whatever. So I'm hoping that might, I don't know. Yeah, but like all of this is so much better. It was so bad, but it's so much better. How was everyone else? I know a lot of people were experiencing a lot of like physical things happening. Is everyone else starting to like feel better physically, mentally, emotionally? Well, we're here to do trauma spotting, so some of you might be triggered because we kind of set the intention earlier. But, and actually we're up to 12 people, so we're going to get started here soon. Just want to give people time to get in here. We'll start at 7:10. How's that? Flo, you're so sweet. Thank you. You've been exhausted. Yeah, Tanya, I agree. Because it's like you can't get comfortable, you know? That's the worst thing is I still can't like, you know, I still have to sleep in certain positions and stuff because it still feels like, I don't know, not solid. You've been exhausted. There has been a lot of solar flares, like weather. The solar weather has been a little crazy, as well as the Schumann resonance. So that may have something to do with that. Hey, Wendy. Oh gosh, Marie. Was it a good time at least while you were busy? You know what I mean? Oh, in the ER, Flo? Goodness. Lots of neck and back pain. Okay. Oh, I'm so glad you and Fiona chat. Oh, my condolences, Alexander. Sending you and your family so much love. All right, guys. Oh, wait. I said 7:10, didn't I? Patience. Hopefully you didn't have to stay long and they were able to resolve it quickly, Flo. Okay, yeah, that good idea, Shelly. So for those of you that haven't been a part of a trauma spotting, and actually we're going to do this one a little bit different. We're going to focus more on what you're feeling in the body rather than adding the distraction of finding the gaze point. Because I feel like with the divine assistance and this group energy, just if we all just kind of like close our eyes, you know what I mean, and focus on what we're feeling in the body, it's very powerful. So because sometimes we can, when we're in this group setting and it's not one-on-one, we can kind of lose that connection with the body when we look for the gaze point. But anyways, back to trauma spotting. So trauma spotting is a healing modality in which where basically because the body holds a score, right? When something repeatedly happens in your life, or you're constantly shown something or told something, or there's some sort of trauma or complex trauma or that's formed, it creates not only a program in your subconscious mind, but also it stores like energy inside of your body that basically just keeps on like living until you can release it. So with trauma spotting, what we do is we essentially trigger you in a way, but very lightly. Maybe it's being more of a catalyst rather than saying triggering. We'll say that that it's more of a catalyst situation. And what we do is we dive in, we find what you're feeling in the body, and we focus on it. And with that, oftentimes, sometimes nothing happens. You just feel this sensation move around in your body, and it it can be emotional, or there can be different kinds of things. There can be anger that comes up. There can be sadness. There can be frustration. There can be irritation. There can be and we feel through those things, and we allow them to show us what it is that has been kind of holding us back on our perception of that situation, as well as the way that we felt about it and perceived it. So just a little bit about trauma spotting. I'm not sure that I explained it too well, but yeah, that's essentially what we're gonna do. And if you're coming here and you're like, I have no idea what I want to work on, trust and know that the divine will show you what is kind of ready to be released, right? This is a divine process, so source energy is working with us as well, right? When two or more are gathered in our name. So, the energy will continue working with you. It also knows exactly what you need, right? It is an extension of your creator and your creation as well. So, and so you can trust that this process, you really can't do it wrong, right? Like, and so, you'll want to drink plenty of water, get lots of rest, and yeah. So, okay. Are we ready? Is everyone ready to get started? So the way that I kind of get it rolling in these group sessions is I'm just going to ask a generalized question. Some of you, if you saw the reading earlier, you may already be kind of triggered. That's fine. But I'm going to go ahead and ask this question, and whatever comes to mind, whatever sensation you start feeling inside your body, I want you to just focus on that. And actually, I'm feeling guided to, you're welcome. Thanks for asking. Let's go ahead and kind of get centered a little bit and get grounded into the session first. So, shoot, I'm using my phone. I was going to turn on some music, but nature's noises will be fine. Can you guys hear nature's noises? Can you hear all those like little crickets and stuff in the background? If you can't, I'm sorry that you can't, but anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and close our eyes. And we're going to take some, some deep breaths here. We're going to take, let's do 3 in through the nose and out through the mouth. Another deep breath. Through the nose, out through the mouth. Another one. Now I want you to just move your breathing back to normal. What feels normal for you, whether it be deep or shallow. Don't put a lot of thought into it. I just want you to move your focus down into your root chakra, which is at the base of your spine, and breathe into that. If it helps, you can envision the color red. Sometimes I like to see roots coming out of my root chakra and going down into the ground beneath me. Just take a couple deep breaths into that. Sorry about the Maui noises. All right, we're going to move up into the solar plexus. Oh, I meant the sacral chakra. We can't skip around. Well, I guess we could, but that's right around your navel. Breathe into that a couple of times. If it helps, you can envision the color orange. Okay, go ahead and move your focus up into the solar plexus, which is right in here, right at the top of your rib cage. Well, no, right at the base of your rib cage, I'm sorry. Take a couple deep breaths into that. Move your focus up into the heart chakra, right in here. Breathe into that. We're going to shift up into the throat, taking a couple of deep breaths into the throat chakra. This is allowing us to connect to our body and to get center in this moment. Up into the third eye. A couple of deep breaths into the third eye. Back into the crown. or up into the crown. Okay, now shift back into the heart. Take a couple deep breaths there, and then I want you to open your eyes. Okay. Okay, now that we are here in this moment, has there ever been a time in your life when you didn't feel loved, seen, safe, heard, or cared for? Whatever comes to mind and whatever feeling pops up in your body, I want you to just focus on that. It could feel like an emptiness, a heaviness, a numbing feeling. Could feel like a tingling, like a rock, something hard. Wherever it is, just put your focus there. And if there was a memory or a time that popped up in your mind, allow it to just kind of sit in your mind, right? Don't force the direction of your thoughts. I want you to put your focus on what you're feeling in your body, okay? Now close your eyes. This sensation, it may move, and I just want you to follow it with your mind. Trust this process. You are safe. Here we go. Stay focused on what you're feeling in the body. We're going to try the music and hope that Maui doesn't disturb. If it goes silent, it's because I'm trying to keep Maui from yelling at you. What are you focused? What are you feeling in your body? Put a name on it. Go ahead and check in for a minute. How's everyone feeling? You can tell we still need to keep going for a little bit, so if you would like to keep doing that, keep going. We're not done. Stay focused on what you're feeling in the body. Breathe into it. Let it all out. Let it all go. None of that was you, or who you were meant to be. You've discovered that. You are safe. Stay focused on your body. Okay. Let's go ahead and come back slowly. You can kind of wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Roll your neck. Open your eyes when you're ready. There could still be a little bit of activation. You could still continue to focus on this. Rewind if you would like. For some of you, I feel like we've reached completion here and some sort of release. How is everyone feeling? It kept pulling to the side. Crazy. Light? Good. Reeling in fish. Dang, that's crazy. Really? Which way was it pulling? Nice. Did you catch the fish and then release the fish? Dang. Awesome, Wendy. Oh, yeah. That's crazy. Flo, you doing okay? Kels, for sure. Speaking of, thank you for donating to Michael's Shoe Fund the other day. That was so kind of you. Good. Were you able to release? I always hope so. I never know. Oh, good. Good. I don't remember the timestamp on when we started that though. But we can go ahead and start personals. Whoa, I didn't know that. Thanks, Orphan. Blood Orphan. Yeah, okay, Flo. That makes sense. Hell yeah. 7:08, right, started the explanation. Okay, so this has been 40 minutes long. It's 7:43. Help me. Okay, how do I figure that out? So, oh, red letter, nice. Okay, I was confused. 30 minutes for the trauma spotting. So we'll say like 8 minutes in, just to be safe. Yeah, baby.
Where did these paddles go?
They're in the garage, I believe, on the table. Oh, you're good. Yes, grounding would be very good right now. Roger that. Thank you, Shelly. You guys, I'm so sorry about Maui. Michael's playing with his friends, and so he hears them. But I've got him in his crate so that he isn't all up in the windows. Just relax, buddy. It's okay. Okay, so we did have one person donate earlier. Lori is at the top of the list. And so the list is open. And I also want to say thank you to Barbie for sending in a little bit of donation as well. That was very helpful, as well as Flo and Shelly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yay! Okay, cool, Lori. Awesome. Let's get started with your reading, my darling. What would you like to know? I'm going to remember that. Moving with intentions is Lori. Moving with intentions is Lori. Okay. Thank you very much for your donation. All right. What does Lori need to know? Hey, you're good, Maui. It's all good, man. It's all good. You're safe and sound in your bed. All right. What does Lori need to know? What does Lori need to know? Wendy, I got you, babe. I'll add you to the list. I want to know, what's this moon? There's some sort of, balance that's coming in your life. And it feels internal. And it has to do with, I feel like the way, Maui, please, the way that you view yourself in some type of way. Or I think in the past, there was, I'm picking up on like a small energy, right? Like, but this was like projected onto you. I wonder, Lori, I kind of feel like you could have been like ridiculed or maybe like bullied or picked on or, something along those lines, right? Like there's something here, but it makes me feel like with this, we have the moon, the Queen of Wands, and the Temperance. This is balancing, right? There's evolution going from that Ten of Wands, that small energy, into this Queen of Wands, this very confident energy. But again, it feels internally, right? Now, this may have not been to your face, or you could have just felt this way. Or even there's also something too about feeling confident about like your evolution, right? There's something in that as well, Lori, where you may have kind of tiptoed around people that, we've all made mistakes, right? So if you made a mistake in the past, you may have like kind of tiptoed around these people, kind of really, whatever. But there's something here where that's going away as well, because you see that there's something about, there's some sort of forgiveness here, or there's some sort of like self-forgiveness or recognition of like, man, I was really just doing the best that I could. We all make mistakes, that type of thing, right? Something about your environment as well. So this is balancing out. I'm not sure that you like with the moon here. I want to know why the moon's here. Oh, I asked that, and then I cut, and then these two. So there's some sort of also maybe communication about, because this is happening internally, right? There's something coming in quickly. Eight of Wands, tangible here. Okay. Yeah, King of Swords. You may get some sort of communication about that. But yeah, this is what's going on here. Nice. Okay, good. And that makes sense too because of the moon, right? You can feel this happening. You can feel this shifting. Wendy, you're up, my love. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. What does Wendy need to know at this time? What does Wendy need to know? Let me make sure I didn't miss anyone. Doesn't look like it. That was the Death card. The Nine of Wands. Those both stayed in though. So there's some sort of fight that's over here. Okay. And I don't mean like an actual physical fight, but there was like something to where I feel like you needed to, like, you know, stick up for yourself, or, you know, kind of stand 10 toes down about something, right? Like, you know, no, you can't come over here saying all this and expect all that and blah, 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 right? There's something about that, right? We have the Wheel of Fortune with the Justice at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, somebody was trying to, like, manipulate a situation possibly here, okay? This is a Knight of Pentacles energy, right? So this is, you know, a slow moving energy that's, I don't know. But this is bringing in some sort of justice, because you're not like, you know, with that, the Death and the Nine of Wands, it's like you're not showing up to fight anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, this person could have been playing tug of war with you, right? But what happens when you let go of the rope? This is, you know what I mean? Well, you get some sort of justice, Empress card, right? And the justice, it could just be balance within your own life, right? Because I have a feeling, you know, this person with the Knight of Pentacles and Magician, you know, this person could have been very manipulative, right? So it's like, you know, yeah. Yeah, there's something about like speaking your truth here, right? Taking action, speaking your truth, and that being successful. And, you know, whatever, and this person, you know, I feel like whatever swords they may have been trying to throw, right? You know, got thrown back at them here, you know? Yeah, so with this justice even coming out, right? There's something, there's some victory coming here, okay? And I feel like there's some things that are going to move very quickly, okay? Um yeah, I feel like there's some things that are going to start moving very quickly, okay? Wendy, because it's because, right? You were like, you know what I mean? You're like, I'm not gonna pull on this. I'm not gonna tug on this. I'm not doing this with you anymore. You know? That's exactly. And so now it's like, now that your hands are not full, pulling on this, tugging on this rope, and your hands are free. Now it's like the divine is bringing you through something that's gonna bring justice. Okay. Hey, Brandon. Hey, Michelle. How are you? Okay, we got Kelsey, and then we got Shelly. Okay. At the beginning, Michelle, we did a trauma spotting. Hey. Sweet. Oh, very cool. Maui. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. So, Kelsey, you were up, my darling. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. Nice. Yeah, I know. Well, somebody came and knocked on the door, but it's getting dark. Surely they'll stop knocking here soon. Yeah, Brandon, when Maui goes crazy, I turn the sound off. All right, back to you, Kelsey. What does Kelsey need to know? Sorry for the interruptions, guys. Hey, Michael, are they done and gone and stuff? Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna let Maui out really quick. Hold on. Bye, Flo. Love you. Yeah, he is being sassy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Who's being sassy? Now he's being a little sassy. Everything is all good, dude. Just relax, okay? Just relax, my boy. Okay, let's try this again. Shall we? Sorry. All right, what does Kelsey need to know? Here we go. That's right. No whammies. No whammies for Kelsey. What does Kelsey need to know? Bless you, Michael. It feels like you could be waiting on something here. I know you, it feels like you know it's coming, right? There's like something about knowing that there's a cycle that's shifting or things are, but it feels like, there's almost like a bored energy, right? Kind of, and so you're like, I feel like you're being encouraged to like stay busy here, okay? Right? The watch pot doesn't boil, right? That type of energy, but also too, there is a part of this waiting energy. I feel like is also connected to there's a younger version of you that is still, I feel like hoping on something, waiting on something to receive something, whether it be a message of, somebody's love, something like that. It feels like this would have been from when you were younger, right? There's still this, I didn't realize the music was still going. Sorry, guys. Can you even hear me? Can you hear me? But again, this is not a conscious thing. This is like something that, you experienced when you were younger, and there's that version of you is still kind of waiting, if that makes sense. So, but so this is kind of tied into the waiting a little bit as well. I also feel like there's something too about like a plan. I don't know if you have a plan or there's like some sort of plan, making a plan, sticking to the plan, something about a plan. Yeah, we have the star with the Empress, the Ace of Swords. Yeah. Yeah, but you're healing this, right? So this could be a reflection, right, of, you know, your current reality could be a reflection of this inner child thing that's happening here, right? You're healing this, and we have the Empress with the Ace of Swords. I'm wondering, what is this communication or this truth, or what is this? Four of Swords, Queen of Cups, Ace of Cups. I don't, Kels, I don't know if somebody was like sick. When you were younger, or there's something like wanting someone to get better. You know what I mean? Like waiting on someone to get better, and they didn't, or you know what I mean? There's something like that, right? Um that could be tied into it as well. But you get some sort of truth about that. Clarity, right? Seeing something clearly. And not just you, but this younger version of you, okay? Okay. Okay. Come here, Mallory. Come on. Come here. Come on. There you go. Yeah, so this is, I feel like this is what you're like working through, and like your current situation it may be reflecting it, right? In that type of way. Like if you're kind of in limbo, like waiting, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing. This is what's going on here a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kelsey, my darling. Shelly, you're up, my dear. Hey, Antoinette. Yeah. And you know, those real deep rooted ones, you go back to those. I mean, I go back to the same wound. I've been back several times. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, what situation's coming up in the next few weeks that she needs to be aware of? All right. You're welcome. Thank you. All right. What situations? Situations are coming up in the next few weeks that Shelly needs to be aware of. All right. What situations does Shelly need to be aware of in the next few weeks? Okay, I feel like you're going to encounter an earth angel, and I don't know why this is very significant for you to know, or why this is, and I'm honestly, I mean, we know that the temperance card is an earth angel, and usually we'll pick it up like on like collective energy or whatever, but I'm really getting with this that you are going to encounter some sort of earth angel here, okay? I feel like it may be a masculine energy. And this person may be older, okay? But I feel like this is gonna feel like you're gonna walk away knowing that this was an earth angel, because then we have the justice with the Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, right? So that, like, it's almost like this person is somehow fixing something or balancing some sort of scales or solving some sort of, you know what I mean, some sort of issue, or something here, okay? um Yeah, you know, it's like one of those encounters where it's like you walk away and you have that feeling of like, no, that was all God, right? Like everything is all God, right? But there's this particular thing, this particular interaction, and they're not giving me a lot of details, right? Like it's like it could just be like this person just says something that, you know, gives you a piece of information, or, you know, I'm not sure, they're not letting me know exactly how this goes about, but like but it's certainly good. It's certainly yeah, and this is gonna feel like, you know what I mean? You know, when you have those moments and you're like, man, even though, again, you know that every encounter is God, right? But there's like these certain moments where you're like, oh, I know that that was just God speaking to me through that person. And, or whatever, you know what I mean? This is the situation. And again, it's going to balance something out. It's bringing in some sort of justice, some sort of stability, securities, you know, something like that here with the Four of Wands, right? That's the 1111. Again, that's the like, oh shit, that was totally God. You know what I mean? With the Ace of Pentacles here, right? So there's, you know, something tangible, maybe in exchange, or I'm not exactly sure, but this is very interesting, and I don't know what it's tied to either. Um, anyways, I feel like it's going to be a moment to remember for a lifetime for sure. You know? I really do. I'm excited for you. Just the way it was kind of like feeling like, I feel like you, like, you know, you walk away, you know, from that, just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like liberating in a way. For sure. I can't wait to hear about it. Thank you. Hey, Hannah. I know. It's so cool. I'm so excited. Bitchin' in the kitchen. Yeah, maybe. Of course. Maybe that's why it came through. Because maybe the whole thing, I didn't see what it is that you're doing, but maybe the whole thing is just for this one interaction. You know what I mean? God's taking you to this one situation just so you can meet this one person, so because they have the right way to deliver a very specific message that you need to hear because it has some sort of activation for your higher self or something. And I love that shit. You know? So specifically planned. So, what else is going on with everyone? Trying to think if there's like anything going on my end. I gotta hang for a while. Ooh, I love that. That will be so nice. Excuse me. Yeah, that'll be so good. Are you going by yourself or with some friends or what? Nice. Well, that'll be a nice, relaxing little treat for yourself. Ooh, I love that. Hell yeah, Marie. I love that. Yeah, I feel like this week and just recently there's been a lot of, healing energy. Oh, thanks, Shelly. I love that, Kels. Yeah, it's crazy. I did some trauma spotting and because I've been working through some stuff, we all are, right? And even, there's even been like in my ear, right? Like that feeling, right? It'll go in my ear and like I can, feel that kind of shift and change, and there'll be a lot of pressure there or whatever. It's interesting. The way that it's all connected, right? Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. Everyone's going to sleep great tonight. We love a good trauma spotting session. But I'll tell you a little, like, with my ear, part of it was what some of the stuff that I actually like heard in the womb. Crazy, huh? Right? Exactly. I love a good nap after a good, or going to bed after a good healing session. It's just always the best. For sure, Kels. Whooshing, whooshing noises from fluids. No. It was, you know, my parents' lack. Actually. And, you know, I internalized the way that they were feeling about the situation, about me. Oh, sorry. I was like, wait, what? I did hear that when I was in the womb. Lani Zani Zing. Oh, I love you, Wendy. Are you heading out? Thanks for stopping by and donating, getting a reading. I appreciate you. And doing the trauma spotting. I appreciate you also just healing yourself. See you, Shelly. Have a good night. Love you. Thank you also for both donations, for the trauma spotting and for the reading. Thank you. Oh, I understand that for sure, Marie. Love you, Michelle. Have a good evening. Enjoy the trauma spotting. Yeah. Yeah, it's taken a lot of time for me to release what I internalized as well. Good night, Wendy. Good night. What? Good night, Wendy. Love you. And because also too, I don't know if this is something that you experienced, but you know, when I was young, again, because of the empathy, right? And like the people pleasing, you know, I would kind of internalize, you know, it's almost like I took responsibility for my parents' happiness, especially my mother, in that way. And it's taken me quite a long time to understand that that's not my responsibility. But as a child, I did that to keep myself safe, right? Not that she would ever, like, you know, it was really more to keep myself comfortable, right? Because if she was upset, then I felt upset. I could feel her being upset. It made me uncomfortable, right? Because it's like, you're my mom, and I feel like I need to, like, take care of you right now, but you're my mom and this is confusing to me, right? Like that type of thing. Yeah. But so what's worked best for me is how has doing that, right? What habits or what has that created? What programming has that created within me, right? So certain things like, again, the people pleasing came out of that, right? I kind of, internalized feeling like a burden in a way. I was constantly, putting others' feelings and things like that before mine. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's, when you find those certain things, those attributes that kind of created out of your childlike way of keeping yourself safe or comfortable, or you know what I mean. There's certain things that form out of that, and if you can pinpoint those down, and you can release those, which then would release the internalization of that experience, if that makes sense. Hey there. Marie, I know that feeling too. I'm sorry about that. That definitely will give you a feeling of being kind of second best, right? Not important, or things like that. Yeah, email me. For sure. Because something similar, I kind of experienced something like that, but with my father. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I totally get it. Totally get it. Ooh. Let me see something here. Oh, baby, I love you way. I don't know why that just popped up in my head. Every day. I am not a robot. I certainly am not. I guess I'm going to have to get off here soon because I think Maui needs to go outside. O-U-T. Yeah. Hey, Maui, chill for just a minute, okay? I found too on my spiritual journey when I like kind of awakened, you know, it did kind of put a lot of fear, but you know, you kind of come out of it after it's like you heal your way through it. You know what I mean? It's like you are like awakened to all this stuff, and it's like, holy shit, that's fucking scary, right? And then and essentially it's so that you run to, right, God, source, the divine, the higher power, like as in your parent, right? Like if you're a kid, right? And you know there's a scary monster in your closet, you're going to run to your parent. Essentially that's what it is, right? The awakening opens your eyes to all the scary stuffs, because the goal, the point is for you to run directly to the divine. You know what I mean? And then from there, you know, you heal and all this stuff, and it brings you to, you know, to the point where you're very aware of what's going on, right? You can see now, but now you're not afraid, right? Maui, come on, man. Come on. I didn't mean I don't run to my parents either. Maui, please, dude. Give me a second, would ya? Maybe I should take him out, I guess. I don't know. Well, I would definitely do whatever you're feeling guided to do, okay? For sure. But you guys, I better go. I guess Maui needs to go to the bathroom. He looked at me like, you guess? All right. Hey, listen, thanks for hanging out with me tonight, okay? I love you all so very much, and we'll see you next time, okay? Thanks for all the donations and chatting and doing the trauma spotting and all the stuff. I love you. I love you. I love you.